phambili ne-HIV nomzabalazo we-HIV and AIDS phambili. Yazi ningezwe ngikhuluma ngathi ngikhuluma kabi. Ngithi asiqhubeke nayo cha. Siqhubeka nomzabalazo ukulwa nayo. Iwona lo esithi phambili nawo. Co-program directors Dinangwe Babumdleje, MEC Dube, Ncube, Mayor weTheku, MEC Thusi, nazo zonke uProfessor Olive Shisana, Masipala weTheku, everybody that is here. Ngicabanga ukuthi okuningi has been said by my colleagues. We don't want to delay you any further, but indeed say, first and foremost, we want to thank you very much, all of you, for attending firstly the march that we held earlier on today to mark the 100 days that are remaining before the start of this landmark international conference on HIV and AIDS on our city, in our province, in our country, in our subcontinent, and in the continent of Africa as a whole. We have hope through hard work that indeed this will be a very successful conference by all means. We have structures on the ground, as has been outlined by both the mayor and the MEC, who are hard at work. All systems are in place on all aspects of this conference that is coming very soon in the matter of 100 days. The conference itself is the 21st conference on HIV and AIDS at international level. And we're indeed hopeful that the world, having held this conference more than 20 times by then, something new will come up in all aspects of fighting HIV and AIDS, be it on the medical aspect, be it on behavioral change, be it on enthusiasm by all, but most importantly, the numbers of infections and other related benchmarks in the fight against HIV and AIDS. We must come up with new instruments that will indicate to us that indeed we are on the march towards 2030, where we imagine we'll be very close to a KwaZulu-Natal, a South Africa, and a Southern Africa that will be free of HIV and AIDS. So all of you participated in the march. Thank you very much, Siyabonga. That is your own contribution. No matter how small it is, no matter how uvelanga ku TV, no matter how uvele phepheni ukuthi mina sibanibani wasibanibani bengekhona, uyazazi wena ukuthi ubukhona. In your own TV, in your own newspaper, you are there. Ngoba uyazi wena ukuthi ubukhona, and therefore we say thank you very much. But I also want to thank you very much for being here to listen to all these messages that come from all the speakers that have contributed in clarifying or in highlighting this or in marking these 100 days that are remaining. In part, this conference comes coinciding with the birthday of Tata Nelson Mandela in July. And that day is internationally recognized. And therefore, we're saying in July, this should be a July with a difference. While we celebrate the birthday of Tata Nelson Mandela and remember his contribution in the 2000 International Conference on HIV and AIDS here, we will also be dedicating the similar enthusiasm and energy in the conference itself and saying we call upon his spirit to be with us so that his way of doing things, decisiveness, patience on the other, but determination and confronting in no uncertain way what is in front of us will embrace us in this conference so that his spirit assists us in doing just that. Bill Clinton at one point had this to say about Madiba, I quote, "Nelson Mandela told me he forgave his oppressors because if he didn't, they would have destroyed him." Now, we are making reference to this particular quote just to highlight the kind of a person Nelson Mandela was, not necessarily taking any backwardness or backward steps against his enemies unnecessarily, but because he knew in terms of his calculations and in terms of his strategic approach to what he wanted to do, he then said, "Let me forgive my enemies so that I am able to go forward, not deterred and not attracted to any side shows, but decisive and focusing alone on what needs to be done." And what needs to be done, of course, will start from what the conference itself will deliver. And we hope that, as we have said, it will deliver new ways. And we call this the Conference of Hope, because we're hoping that new things, new instruments, new equipment, and new strategies will come up as we march towards the end of HIV and AIDS in our continent, in our province, and in our country. We are therefore saying, abantu abazoparticipate abesuka la KwaZulu Natal, at least we know from the HIV Provincial Council on AIDS, it will be around 55 people. But we expect that from other sectors, from districts, from municipalities, there will of course be more people, so that we ourselves, we will be able to participate directly as people from KwaZulu-Natal in the deliberations themselves. So it's not about welcoming people and then we stand on the side. But we will be part and parcel of this conference. More than 55 people, and I hope maybe doubling the number at the end of the day. But we are hoping that in the next 100 days that are remaining, or 99 days that are remaining, all HIV and AIDS activists that you are here, you are going to dedicate more time, more energy, among other things by volunteering. Ngoba kuthiwa kunemoto lapha la ukwazi ukubhalisa khona ukuthi uyafuna ukuba yi-volunteer wena ngalezi insuku zaleya conference, ukuthi unikezwe noma yimuphi umsebenzi onganikezwa wona. Uma uhambe uyobhalisa lapha, and indeed you become a volunteer, you will have done this province a great favor, and the conference and the fight against HIV and AIDS. You will have done it a great favor. But of course, you need to go back to your community in the next 99 days. Ulishumayele leli vangeli Ukhumbule ukuthi it's not about just the numbers that will converge here, but it is about the content, it's about deliberations, it's about the resolutions that will be taken at the conference that will be more meaningful and that will be more decisive in the fight against HIV and AIDS. And therefore, we are anticipating that we will score decisively in terms of these resolutions and in terms of our decisiveness going forward.